Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we're looking at the 2015 film Ava's Possession as part of our 31 Days of Horror. This one's brought to us by Jordan Gallant. What we have is the story of Ava. Ava was possessed by a demon. Now this is not your typical demonic possession movie in that the possession's over. This is the aftermath and Ava putting her life back together, or trying to piece her life back together after her possession. Part of it is her being court appointed to a support group called the PSA. It is a support group for people who have survived demonic possession, to get them to basically conquer their demons once and for all, because if you've been possessed, you are 10 times more likely to be repossessed. And not like, having your car taken away. This is having a demon come back and live inside you again. This movie, I enjoyed it. It's a funny horror spoof, although I think at times it gets a little bogged down in too many different subplots going on. It needed to focus more, I think, on the main story. That said, like I said, it's still enjoyable. It takes a very tired cliche of the whole demonic possession, and it twists it a little bit and gives some needed life into an overused cliche. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is, to me, it's kind of like you hear stories from actual AA or meetings like that, support meetings, where you hear these stories of people who have overcome, and skipping the whole, my life was terrible stuff, but getting into the whole, their life was terrible, but they overcame that, and it's these victorious stories of them getting on, but there's still that sadness behind it, and that most of these people, they have a hole in them now that's always going to be there, and that's kind of how this movie feels, is that there's a hole in the movie that's not quite full, which is the problem I had with this, is that there was just not quite enough. I wanted more of especially the PSA meetings. I think they could have really gone with that more and really gotten some better stuff out of this movie, and really gone more of the, exploring the kind of, the spoof of this, and going into more detail with that part of the story, as opposed to these other tangents that really didn't serve to help the primary story along. So, but I still think this is worth checking out. I think Louisa Krause, or Krause, however you pronounce it, who plays Ava, I think does a very good job. You've got a couple other faces you'll recognize playing support roles in here. I'm not going to spoil them. I think it's sometimes fun to see some faces pop up and be like, yeah, that person. So I think this one's definitely worth checking out, especially if you're tired of the same old when it comes to demonic possession in horror films. So that's all I've got for this one. Till next time, stay safe in the wasteland, folks.